All right, first off, I want to say all praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Machak, Wadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of GMS, and to the elect doing the work in sincerity and in truth, shalawam. This is Nazar Khad, GMS Precepts, and so right now the hot topic of the week is is a RFID chip, right? So constantly we have to go back into the scriptures, which is good practice, right? We constantly got to go over these scriptures again. Why? Why? Because in hopes of waking up the hopeful elect, right? So, like I said, the hot topic of the week now is a RFID chip. You see, the spirit is on GMS, is on the apostles, from the apostles on down to go into that mark of the beast, which is that RFID chip. So what I want to go into is the consequence for going into that, the consequence for taking that microchip. Okay. And the consequence is pretty simple. It's laid out. It's the consequence of taking that RFID chip is death. Okay. And first off, we've like I said, we've went into the spirit has brought out the true revelation of the mark of the beast, and it's very simple, okay, and it could be broken down. It's very easily understood by the breakdown of the word. Let me go back. I'm at Revelation 14 now. I might as well go into it. In Revelation 13, where is it? I want the word mark. 13 and is it 15? It's 16. 13, 15, and 16. But that word right here from Mark, if you really want to understand about the RFID chip, you just got to go into the word mark. If you go into the word mark, that word karagma, it means an incision, right? So I'll say this: if one person, you got a few groups out there, that don't believe that the mark of the beast is the RFID chip, right? Regardless, so let's say you still don't believe that the RFID chip is a mark of the beast. It's with this word, right? If you go into the word, it means a stamp, an imprint, a mark, an incision, a mark stand upon the forehead. That's wrong. A mark brand upon horses, thing carved, sculpted, graven in, right? So it's a stamp or an imprint, a mark, an incision. All right. Even if you don't believe that the RFID chip is a mark of the beast, the RFID chip, which they do plan on pushing on the masses, that's still a violation. Okay, that's still a violation of Levitical law. If you go to Leviticus the 19th chapter, right? Leviticus 19 and 28. It says, "Thou shalt." I'm sorry. 19 and 28, 19. Leviticus 19 and 28. Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. So that's a cutting. It says you shall not make any cuttings in your flesh. Okay? All right? That no cuttings in your flesh. That also goes into the awl. That's a sign of servitude, right? They used to wear an awl in the nose, and that was a sign of servitude. So if you call yourself an Israelite and you do implant or take upon that mark, you take that RFID chip. What are you saying? You're saying that uh, Esau or Edom is your power, okay? Which is still a violation. So that's what those men should say at the least. At the very least, they should say that. Listen, if you do take an RFID chip, I don't believe is a mark of the beast. But inserting something in your body is still a violation of Levitical law, and you shouldn't do it. Okay, that's what they should say at the least. But bottom line is the spirit is not dealing with them to be able to discern, okay, what the mark of the beast is. It's plain to them to understand. It's plain to them that the mark of the beast is that RFID chip, right? But going back to the point of the video is the consequence of taking that mark of the beast. Okay? And the consequence is clearly stated in Revelation, the 14th chapter, and is it the 6th? It's clearly stated here. I believe it's 9, right? Here it is. This is Revelation 14 and 9. It says, Revelation 14 and 9, and the third angel followed him, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, verse 10, the same shall drink the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Or what is that speaking about? That's speaking about the thermonuclear destruction. You will take part in that lake of fire. And it seems like the Spirit, the last few recent videos I've done, has been getting on the destruction of America via the ICBM missiles, man. All right, and that's just the Spirit. But the last few videos I've been doing, it's been getting into the destruction of America. Why? Because it's a great and devastating thing, man. This place is the way the Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon, aka Egypt. Okay, the way this place is gonna go out is gonna be like no other kingdom before it and no other kingdom after it. All right, that's why it's such a great destruction, meaning it's going to be such a devastating blow to the kingdom of Edom or the kingdom of Esau. Okay, and it's going to be it's going to be grave judgment to 2/3 of our people as well. Okay, but there's a consequence of taking that mark of the beast. That consequence of taking that mark of the beast, okay, is thermonuclear fire, becoming stubble for the missiles, becoming fuel for the missiles. All right. Real quick, that's it. It's a real quick video. I just wanted to touch on that. The consequence of taking that mark of the beast, which the breakdown on the mark of the beast is very simple. All you have to do is go into the word the mark, which is karagma, which means an incision. Okay, it means an incision. It means an implanted mark. Okay, which is still a violation of the Levitical law. Okay, and you're basically saying that Edom or Esau is your master and not Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi, which if you do that, the Most High is gonna destroy you. The Most High will destroy you. All right, so that's pretty much it. Until the next show, shalawam.